Hello everyone, Jeff from RespawnStudios.com here with a special new video series. This was suggested by another site member. This is going to be called Strongholds, where I show you a bunch of strategies to use in survival mode of Spec Ops. Because me and my friend Gino, also from Respawn Studios, have completed at least through Wave 15 on every map, getting all the achievements. And so we're going to share with you some of our tips and strategies. So we're going to start with one of the easy difficulty maps, Underground. And we actually, after this run, were ranked, and this was earlier tonight, 2,000 in the world. So we do pretty well. We get to round 42, or wave 42, I think. All right, but some general tips off the starts. We're going to be doing an outdoor strategy, and it's going to entail each person having a turret. And you're going to have to keep moving the turrets. If bomb people die near you, you're going to have to back them up. When they're helicopters, make sure they're backed up enough under the roof. But essentially, the strategy is to have 2 turrets back outside by the newspaper stands, and then each of you also have 1 set of riot squad guys out that make a wall in front of it. So it's pretty beast mode. And then if you're ever in danger, you can run to the underground section to protect yourself even further. And since it is on easy, the first rounds are very boring, so you might want to check out these pretty sweet magazines. Alright, so this is now skipping a couple waves ahead. You see I have a turret there in the bottom right. You get the turrets from that grenade box in case anyone's new to survival mode. That grenade box at the back side of the map. And this is also a good place to set up because you could drop right where Gino is right now, gespenst, and get ammo right there. And right behind us is where you get airstrikes. So this is where we set up the turrets. Right there. Because to destroy them, the enemies usually have to stand a few feet in front of it before they start to shoot them. So having it that far back is really good because they usually can't get close enough. Especially once you're able to start calling in either the Delta Squad or the Riot Squad. So it's a pretty awesome strategy. So here I'm showing you the other important thing to get in the equipment box, which is a self-revive, which on easy and normal, and I think even hard, you start with it. And you'll know if you have it. It's that little icon in the bottom middle of the screen with the guy in last stand, which means if you're downed, if you take enough damage and you're knocked to the ground, as long as you're not being continuously shot, there's this little meter that fills up, and then you just stand up on your own so your partner doesn't have to revive you. But if you are being shot, you can eventually just lose it and still be downed, and your partner has to get you, but it's effective. Alright, so there I'm just picking up ammo between rounds. It's always a good idea, especially if you have leftover money. So you see here, we're now up to wave 20 already. I've skipped ahead, and I have $17,000. So at this point, this is on easy mode, so you could probably get to wave 20 pretty easily, already using this strategy. Let the turrets and the riot squad do a lot of the work, which they do. And the other important thing to the strategy is predator missiles. You start to build up a lot of money, and if you use the predator missiles on juggernauts to take them out, and at the very start of each wave, you can get a lot of money back immediately on them. And it also thins out the enemies. So you see, I'm waiting here. We wait for the very start of a round and start calling in predator missiles immediately, especially if we have an excess of money at the time. So you see I can't even call mine in because Gino has so many he keeps calling in. But I'm going to show you in a little bit some ways that you can get them right off the start, some places that they'll always spawn, and you could take out anywhere from 3 to 6 enemies with 1 predator missile. The airstrike itself, where you throw out the purple smoke, can be pretty effective, but it could also be dangerous because you usually have to throw it right in front of you, and that might hit your riot guys. So just be wary with that. That's why we prefer predators. We try and get them at the start of the round so we don't have to use them at the end where we'll be hitting potentially our own guys. Alright, so there, a dog, an explosive dog, got close to us, so when he was dead we each picked up a turret. And we're holding it so it didn't take damage, so once we put them back down they're fine. That's a very effective and good idea. So there, another dog is down, but I also go down. Alright, so what wave is this? It looks like 24. The helicopter actually put me down. It was the last thing, so that was kind of frustrating. But again, you just really want to stay out here. You just drop through the windows to get ammo. I also suggest dropping through the windows because once enemies start putting down claymores, they usually put them at the bottom of those stairs. So if you drop down and then look, you could shoot them before being potentially being forced to use your self-revive. You could just shoot the claymores. Alright, so this is at the very start of round. This area, right there where I just shot the predator, there's always at least 3 enemies that spawn there. And sometimes it's 2 groups of 4. So you could potentially take out up to 6 or 8 guys at the start. So it's pretty awesome. Alright, here we are up to wave 38 using this strategy. This is a bunch of juggernauts. They are taking out the last of our riot guys right now. There aren't too many enemies left, but there are 2 juggernauts, and our turrets and riot guys are down. So this is the second phase of the strategy. When things start to get crazy, you can run right here into the underground. It's another good reason to set up outside. So I'm trying to take out the regular enemies, just so we can worry about the juggernauts. And we also are both out of self-revives at this point. So I'm trying to... Oh no, I'm sorry. Gino still had one, I think. So that's why I'm backing up here. I'm just trying to thin out the regular enemies so we could just focus on the juggernauts later. So you see there in the left, under the minimap, we only have 3 enemies left. So 2 juggernauts and 1 regular guy. I'm starting to run out of ammo with my AK, so I'm considering going to buy some, but I need a little money. Luckily I was able to pick off that juggernaut. I'm telling Gino to back up this way, but the other juggernaut, which had the riot shield, was pursuing him, so I decided to get some ammo and then come to help Gino. And it's pretty awesome because the AI is kind of stupid with the riot shield juggernauts. They always like hold it out in front of them and are very slow moving, and they only fight like 1 person at a time unless you've already put like 2 clips into their back. Then they finally turn around. So until their shield breaks, when they start to go a little berserk, it's pretty easy. They don't like shoot at you until they get close, so you could just have your partner come around like we're doing here and just alternate back and forth shooting him in the back, and then we just both finally unload on him and complete the wave. So again, this isn't really difficult, I would say, because it's one of the easy mode maps, but these are what we found to be the most effective strategies to get really far. When we went into this, the first time we did this, we got to wave 30 when we kind of didn't know what to do much in survival mode, so it was already pretty easy. And we were ranked like 800,000 in the world at the start of today for that, and now we got up to 2,000 just from doing this, so if you want to borrow this strategy and try and pass us, that's fine. Just trying to give you some tips. So there's just another Predator missile. It's cool because that building also, at this point, the glass and the roof is pretty much all shot out from our other Predators, so you could bring the Predator missiles down through the glass and take out a few enemies at the top of the stairs where they usually seem to congregate. Alright, this I think is where we're finally both taken out. Unfortunately, there were enemies on both sides as we went down to the underground, so we couldn't really escape to one side or the other as effectively as we would have liked. Here, Gino was able to pick me up. I shot down a bomb guy, and he was able to blow up and take out another guy, actually. I probably shouldn't have pursued here. I probably should have forced them to come out of the doorway. It was a bad idea, because now it was weak. And then there was a guy in the train, the subway, waiting for me. Well, I guess it's not a subway since it's above ground right now. Derp. So there's Gino's down. I know he doesn't have a self-revive, so I'm just trying to take this enemy out to potentially run in there. I probably should have ran around up top, but I didn't think of it. But there are our final stats. We got to wave 41. I took out 305. Gino took out 304, so pretty epic. There you see we were ranked pretty high in the world, the top 2,200 in the world. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments or by liking the video, and we'll make more guides for you if you like them. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped.